everyone.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yay. Thank you so much for being here.
Hello, everybody.
Yay.
Hello.
Welcome,
Hi,
everybody.
everyone.
Feel free to keep your keep your screens on. We would love to see you if you feel comfortable. This is also the time to be unmuted and say hello before we
everyone.
get started. Yes. Welcome, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Hi, you're outside. How wonderful.
I know. Hi, Dory.
Hi, Dory. I like the hat with the dragonfly or the butterfly.
Liz, you got your hat. Yay.
Oh, wow. That's gorgeous.
Sam made it for me.
Oh, beautiful.
Wow, you guys.
Stay tuned.
Everybody's
You'll see
looking
the other
very
one.
summery.
Oh, everyone has hats on.
A hat-loving crew.
It's a hat party.
Yes.
Yes.
Welcome, everybody.
June, ooh, come here. Come back.
I'm coming. I'm just turning on the light.
As we get started, I would love
The lights so I'm not in the dark.
Oh, look at you. It's so beautiful.
As we get started, we'd love seeing where everybody's coming in from. We have the chat. If you have the chat open, pop in where you're hailing from. I'm coming to you from sunny California.
Oh, I'm so jealous.
Yeah, it's beautiful. I brought a little bit of sun for you guys. We have New Jersey. We have near Breckenridge, Colorado today. People are filtering in, so we're going to just keep going. Hi, all. Wendy, Joe, new to us as well. Welcome. Yay. Thanks, you guys. Thanks, everybody, for being here. We're going to get started momentarily. We have more people coming. Okay.
Oh, Karen.
Birthday.
Welcome.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thanks, everybody, for being here. Shout out. Awesome. As we get started, I just want to say hello. I'm NPR Meghan Patrice Riley. I'm going to be your host for today and one of the co-founders of Art Party Central. I'm joined here today by Nora from Swan and Stone. She's the admin. So as we get started, if anybody has any issues or anything throughout the party, DM her directly in the chat. Also, we are super active in the chat because we do end up muting you a little bit as we get started, so we have time to hear the artists. The chat is at the bottom of your screen. That's where we're putting in where we're all coming in from. But if you have questions as we get started, as the artists start speaking about their work, if you want to see something from their display, or you're really intrigued about their process, please put comments in there or questions, and we will try to get to them during the party as well as the after party. Okay. I think we're about ready to start getting going. So I want to say cheers, everybody. Thank you so much for being here. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Cheers.
Happy Art Central Thursday.
Cheers, everybody. Thank you.
And now at this time, we are going to mute everybody and then get started. So we're going to be timely. Hello, welcome. Again, I'm NPR Meghan Patrice Riley, and I'm your host today for Art Party Central. I'm super excited to be here, and it's really fun to share a little bit of sun with you and some beautiful art today. We're going to be hearing from 6 awesome artists. So I'm going to tell you a little bit how the party's going to go, and we'll just get going. Okay. Before we do get started, if there is any technical issue and the party gets cut off, we will post a new Zoom link to our website. That's www.artpartycentral.org. And we will also email you since you registered for this party. So that's just in case anything happens. Again, welcome. I'm NPR, your host for today. I'm joined by Nora from Swan and Stone Millinery. And we're going to hear from 6 awesome artists. We're going to have Sue Shannon from Chi Pottery, Amy Kanarek of Amy Kanarek Designs, Joanne Litz of Steel Pony, Diane Hardy of Diane Hardy Millinery, Wendy Jo New of Wendy Jo New Metal Designs, and Barbara Poole of B Felt. I'm going to tell you how the party's going to work. We're going to hear from each of the 6 artists today. And if time allows, we'll have 1 or 2 questions for each artist. That's why the chat is so important. We do pay attention to those, and we'll try to get to those as well. At the end of the party, we'll raffle one $50 gift certificate for each of the artist's websites. So that's 6 chances to win just for hanging out with us today. We do ask that you are here till the end of the party to be entered into the pool for the raffle. We'll also be giving you all a special discount code for each of the 6 artists' websites, as well as your hosts and co-hosts. And that's just a little gift from us. And thank you, appreciation and gratitude for being and sharing a Thursday with us. At the end of the party, we're going to have a little bit of time for this after party that we keep alluding to, where we'll have a little bit more informal conversation and get to chat and maybe show off some of our beautiful purchases that people are wearing. I know we can see some of the hats in the audience, and I know there's some other great artistic things happening that I can't even see right now. So let's get to the fun stuff. Our first artist today that we're going to hear from is Sue Shannon. Sue, take it away.
Thanks, Megan. It's keep those birds on. I love to hear those birds. Welcome, everybody. Here you are now in my studio here in Pittsford, Vermont. And this is my clay studio where I've been making functional dinnerware and servingware for, oh, my friend it's actually been 12 years. I've been saying 10 years for quite a long time, but it's been 12 years here in this studio. And also I've been making pottery for umpteen years before that, starting in high school. So behind me, you can see a few of the things that I make. I got into making functional dinnerware, I think probably because I was at home with 2 small children. So before that, I was just passionate about making pottery. I was just interested in making forms. I would spend hours and hours and hours on the potter's wheel, thinking and feeling and processing what it was to create forms out of formlessness, the plain ball of mud. So, and of course, all of you know, being at home with children, you do start to think about, you spend a lot of time in the kitchen. So my brain started to go into the kitchen with dinnerware and servingware. So let me show you a few of the plates that I make. I tried to just develop one style and diversify through adding lots and lots of color. And I'm super obviously into the practical. So I have 3 different size plates, and it's super fun to mix and match colors. People sometimes ask, well, do people go all one color? What do they do with all these colors? Rarely do people actually go all one color. This is really, I think, inviting and reaches people on the mix and match level. And so I've got 10 colors to choose from, and also a white to choose from. So this is, this color dot can be in any of the 10 colors. Usually I have a green dot. On the blue or on the green ware, I have a blue dot. So, so we've got 3 plates, and this is where I wish I had a 3rd arm. Maybe I should get my 7-year-old in here and he can sneak a bowl up from below. So I've got 2 different size soup bowls, ramen bowls. These are great for salads. They all have the signature spiral. It's a very nice movement and speaks to the flow of pottery, the potter's wheel, life processes. So many cultures have had spirals with so many different meanings in them. But in comparison to now the 3rd bowl, so small, medium, and large, the Goldilocks bowls, maybe small, medium, large, mama, papa, baby. Then for cups, I also have 3 different cups. We've got well, not the tumbler, but we've got the big beefy mug, and we've got this light, delicate mug. I'll show you the simple handle. I love simple. Of course, I have to show you this one. This is my very first pottery teacher. This was an element that he had on his mugs, and it literally took me years to figure out how he did it. And once I did, I was like, wow, that is really simple. That is just so simple. But it so beautifully matches the imprint and the pattern. So my other favorite, I'm always drinking out of these mugs. And actually I was just at Lyndhurst in Tarrytown, New York at a show, and this is my travel mug. So everything is made with a porcelain stoneware blend of clay. It's designed for everyday use. It is very tough and bomber, of course, up to a certain point, but 3 kids, this stuff in and out of the dishwashers, kids setting the table and all that, you're usually really good to go. So this is hot and cold drinks. Everything is microwave safe, dishwasher safe. So that's a little bit about what I do. Megan, do you have any questions for me?
Why, yes, I do, of course. It's wonderful to see you. I was just admiring how beautifully you match your display as well in your work today. You look very cohesive.
You
One of the
do.
questions that came in, can you show us some of your new pictures?
Yes. Okay. So I wish I had some big flowers, but I've got some these pictures. See, here's that beautiful element again. These pictures are this particular round that I made is a little bit less than a liter. So if you're drinking water, if you're bringing a little water to the table, this is a really nice size. Can you see that? Honestly, some people think spaghetti sauce. I've only had that happen about 6 times, but some people think spaghetti sauce to have on the table. Mostly these go out as flower vases, and everybody loves a picture collection. Not everybody, but so many people come to me and say, wow, and I've got a picture collection up in my kitchen and all that. So I've got all these different colors. Everything's made one at a time. So it's almost like a little live performance, if that makes any sense, because I do the forming all through body memory. And so everything is very different. I have one picture. Oh, I want to show you. So can you see how different, what a big size top that this one has compared to some of the other ones.
So each one is really one of a kind. And someone had well, I see really cute, some more pictures I would use for flowers there hanging out. I have some more questions, but question that came in is, does your travel mug come with a top?
It does not. No, it does not. Maybe probably thinking of a silicone disc. I haven't designed them for that. I will leave that up to the user, but that is an area I have not ventured into. I apologize, but maybe they sure do stay still in the what is that little container in our vehicles, you know, in that little spot, the cup holder. Yeah, the cup holder. It's really stable in the cup holder.
Oh, that's awesome. As long as you don't fill it too much. Now behind you have some new little, are those little creamers? Or are those smaller pictures? Are they baby pictures?
Thank you.
Like the mini bowls. Yes.
Yeah, so I go big, I go small, I mostly go practical. So I have sugar bowls and creamers. I really love to make all these forms. So here is a saucer that with a little surprise in the center that holds, what's really nice, it's such a wide space here that it's easy to pick up on the table. You know, when you're cleaning up or you're going to go take it over to the fridge and fill it up with milk or cream or what have you. So everything, you know, if you wanted to heat up your milk a little bit, you could just put the whole thing in the microwave, heat it up, and have it be a nice special part of your rituals.
Yeah, your morning coffee ritual. I'm very much morning coffee ritual. Now we have time for to show us maybe one more thing. Do you have anything else new?
I do. I have berry bowls. It's almost berry season. It's a few months away from berry season. I make these sweet little colanders. Now they'll easily hold a quart of strawberries, and they come with their own drip plate because you get to rinse things out right in here and just put it on the plate and take the whole thing right to the table with you or outside to your table or what have you. So I have those, and a really quick flash of the little cute little flower bud vases that I also have a bunch of.
They're both so, I love all these new spring things. The berry bowl is so functional too. Yes. Beautiful and functional. Thank you so much, Sue. We're going to see more. I know there's more questions, many pictures. Thank you so much, Sue. We're going to go on to our next artist. We're going to be hearing from Amy Kanarek. Welcome.
Thank you so much. I'm so excited to be here. I have designs in my mind of getting rid of all my tableware and replacing it with different colored Sue Chi. I can't wait to have my salad in one of her medium bowls, my lunch salad. Anyway, so I'm Amy Kanarek, and I design glass, bead, and stone jewelry. I'm so excited to be here with all of you today. And I love show and tell. It's my favorite time. So I'm going to get right to show and tell because I have so many designs and the time goes by so quickly. I want to show you some of my favorites. So for spring and summer, this is a really sweet, fun earring. Am I holding it too close though? That looks pretty good. Anyway, you can see the colors, and what's fun about these is you can say, Amy, I love those. Can you do them in teal, or can you do them in, whatever? And I have these beads in so many colors, so I'm happy to play with you and customize my work, not just the earrings, but just about anything. I want to show you a few other of my favorite designs. My hexagons. I do bracelets and earrings and necklaces. This is a tricolor hexagon bracelet. It's a tritone silver, and it's just fun. It's super, super lightweight. You'd be shocked at how light these glass beads are. And so I'm going to show this with my triple circle earrings. You can see it picks up they pick up one of the colors in the bracelet, but it's a slightly different design. And that's also one of the fun things about my collection, is you can pick a favorite color and then choose just about any design and have it, have a not matched, but a set that sort of coordinates in any color that I use. Another little fun piece. These are just really casual. I'm very into my matte colors as well as my shinies. So these little earrings are done in matte dark gold, and I'm wearing a cuff bracelet that uses this same stitch in kind of a circular motion. This stitch is called right angle weave, even though there aren't really many right angles here. There are more circles the way I've done it. But, and I want to also show you one of my new stones. This is a little out of character for me because it's kind of southwesty, and this is Big Horn Jasper. Now, I am in awe of the fact that this stone occurs naturally in the earth. And it's from the western part of the United States, somewhere in Montana, or I think it's Montana. Honestly, I don't remember. It's written in the description. I had to look it up, but it's definitely from the western part of the United States, maybe Oregon, I think. But I'm just amazed at the variety that happens in natural stone. And I've been having so much fun creating pieces. This is another piece of jasper that I recently worked on. And it's just so unusual. And I picked up these colors in the beads that surround it to create sort of a picture. And it is Picture Jasper is one of its names. I want to show you another piece, one of my favorites. It's not finished yet, so excuse me, but my work is really labor intensive. And so I've been stitching this friend. It's a nice, flashy labradorite, similar to the one I'm wearing, but a little bit more subdued. You can see the color has a little bit more gray in it. The oval one is a really bright blue, and this one has a little more of a subtle gray blue tone. And I love the circle. I don't know, just something about this stone caught my eye. And I'm going to put it on a similar chain to this one. Similar design, but different shape. So that's going to be a really, really fun piece. And what I want to say is that I invite my friends to come and have a jewelry play date with me. I even grabbed the URL, Everybody Must Get Stones, which I think is a lot safer than the alternative, but a different kind of fun, I guess. So I am amassing this collection of stones, and I invite you to make a play date with me to see the stones and choose one that really speaks to you, or many, if you like, and I'll create a piece especially for you. I love doing that kind of work. Though there are a number of them already set and ready to go on my website. But I love that interaction of working with you to choose a stone that makes you go, wow, I love that one. That's the one for
so
me.
cool, Amy. So you get to actually design a piece with input from, this is amazing, which leads, there's great comments happening in the chat. One of them is, can you show us the wide bracelets in the back, the necklace you're wearing, and also what's your favorite stone to work? So we'll keep going, but definitely lovely comments on the necklace you're wearing. Is my question also is, does that that neck chain, what is that? You alluded to that's gonna, is that also beaded?
Yes, yeah, there's
Oh,
nothing
wow.
in there but beads. So I just start with a circle of beads and work off of it to create this chain. And I do this in 2 widths. Actually, you can see it in this piece in a slightly thinner width and obviously a different color. But these are both the same stitch, just the silver one is done with smaller beads. And so it's a little bit, a slightly finer chain. But this one, yeah, it's woven just all of glass beads. And this bezel is also all woven from glass beads. You can see it's very precise work to be able to hold the stone the way it does, and it is very, very secure. It's there.
It's so beautiful. I love seeing the work up close, and it's nice to see the detail within the neck chain itself as well. Matches the same fabrication technique as the bezel. So yeah, show us those wide bracelets. Ooh, yes.
So yeah, these are some of my cuffs. They are, and you know, somebody corrected me recently. She said, well, no, they're not really cuffs because cuffs are fixed. And these are not fixed, they're squishy. You know, they're movable. And they're also very lightweight and easy to wear. And these also can be customized in any color, any width. But they're really fun.
Really
I kind of, it's
so
sort
slinky.
of my power woman bracelet, you know.
And that clipped on with the magnet, right?
I use.
Yes,
I
we love
tend to use a magnet for these just because it's easy.
Yeah.
And that's always debatable as well for people who prefer different kinds. I have lobster claw, and I even do beaded clasps. But
yes,
I love the magnet on this piece.
It's nice to put on yourself.
Yeah, it just pops right on, and they're super, super strong magnets. So you never want to pull it apart. You slide it. I'll show you. You slide it.
Awesome. And I know we have some more questions. We will have to come back because we've run out of time, but thank you so much. And it's fun to see some new designs and some new stones and what you're inspired by. Thanks, Amy.
Thank you. Thanks.
Awesome. We're going to hear from Joanne Litz of Steel Pony. Hi, Joanne. Welcome.
Unmute. Hi, sorry about that. I forgot to unmute. Amy, oh my God, I love your work. I'm so in awe of beading. The amount of time it takes to do what you do is just mind-blowing. Hi, I'm Joanne. I am a co-owner at Steel Pony. My husband is my business partner and my husband. And we, if you don't know who we are, we've been in business for about 30 years. We make clothing and handbags. And I'm Steel Pony is mainly the clothing, Journey Bags is the handbags. So today I'm showing you Steel Pony. We are a sustainable brand in Philadelphia. We have a brick and mortar. So we're in our store, but behind the store is our studio. So we're all one space. And we are open for business for people to come in, although with the COVID, it's been more online. But we do encourage, if you are in the city and you want to stop by, we're open from Wednesday through Saturday. I am going to, so last time I was on, I kind of showed you all my t-shirts, and I feel like, you know, I just wanted to keep them in the back because, you know, summer's coming. And probably one of my best selling pieces that I make are these shorts. They're made of, they're called the Aurora shorts, and they've got a little drawstring on the bottom, and they're just really comfy. But we do a lot of different kinds of t-shirts here in a lot of different price points. So I just wanted to just have them as like background because of the color. We do all of our own dyeing here, and we do all of our own color mixing. So the colors are always very unique, and each piece is also always one of a kind because we can never duplicate the exact patterns that we do. We do hand dyeing as well as shibori dyeing, as well as I do other, you know, sometimes I do rust dyeing and different things like that. I really enjoy playing around with it. So every season I do new collections, and I'm always trying to find a new technique to try. So I have today a sneak peek because what I'm going to show you is not on the website yet, but it's coming. If you are watching and you're one of my VIP customers, you've already seen it. So, because I like to show my VIPs first, but for summer, I always do like a cotton gauze linen collection, and I have 2 of them coming. So the first one I'm just releasing, and I love crochet and lace and cotton gauze. So I'm doing this little collection. The colors in this collection are really like, I wouldn't say they're bright like my last collection, but they are just pretty colors. This is our lilac, and it's inside out. I just realized this dress is inside out. This is called the Destiny dress, and it comes with this really cool shawl that we make that you can also wear it as a belt. So it's all 100% cotton, and it's all hand dyed in the lilac. The next piece that I'm going to show you, I show everything as outfits as much as possible because, you know, sometimes it's easier to picture it, but everything here mixes and matches. So like this little topper here, which is I think called the Trinity Topper. This can go really cute over the Destiny dress. I just happened to put it over this dress, which I'll show you in a minute. But this topper is really cute. It's got the crochet on the back, and I used the lace to do a weaving on the front. I'm really interested in fabric manipulation, so I do a lot of that kind of stuff. And so this season I'm doing a lot of that. And I also do a lot of lace, so especially in the summertime. So this is just a really pretty lace dress. It's and it is called the Blessing dress. And this is my wisteria colorway. So I'm obsessed with this particular piece. So this is called the Cadence, and I'm only going to offer it in white because I think it is just so spectacular in white. It comes in 2 sizes, regular and plus, and it has a stretch to it, and it's all lacy, so you can wear it dressed up or dressed down. I mean, it's great with jeans. And again, I think I said this, but it comes in regular and plus. And then on top of it, I put this, the Angie vest, which I only have a few left of, because my VIPs got first dibs, so they get to get them first. So this is a great vest. This vest I actually invented from a skirt that I had. And I had these skirts, I made them, and I had a few left. And I'm like, well, what can I do with these skirts? So I'm going to kind of show you. Maybe you'll be able to visualize this. So like this top part would be the waistband, right? And then it was a pull-on skirt. I guess you can't see it, it's too low. But so that was the skirt. And then I opened it up and it became its own vest. I just love doing stuff like that. So, I mean, you can do a lot with this vest and wear it so many ways. It's a great topper. It's just got a lot of interest to it. And to go with it, I made these pants that have a little lace at the bottom. I make these pants I call them the butterfly pants. And I'm actually wearing them, but I don't think you can see them. They're made of all cotton knits. So what I did was I used lace on the basic same style. And it's really it just works really cute with the collection. And then the last outfit in this group is another gauze tunic. I sell a lot of tunics. And they all have pockets. This has pockets that come from the side seam with the lace at the bottom. And it is called the Angel. And it's just a really pretty cotton, great for the season. And I just mixed it with my capris. These are my Christy capris. I do a lot of leggings and capris here. So that
people are like,
will be ready on the website tomorrow.
Awesome. People are like blowing up the chat away and very much loving that all the transitional pieces that you can wear multiple ways. I didn't know
seasons.
Cool. And someone's asking about what's hanging out on the mannequin back there. This.
Are we talking about this one?
Yeah. Can you show us that?
So this is kind of a combo thing. So I have I make these things called tubes. I call them tubes. They're like the old tube tops, and I make them in 2 sizes, and they're great for the summertime because you can wear them as a tube top, you can wear them as a belt, you can wear them as a neck piece, and then on top of that, I have something I call sleeves in a bag. This is also a great transitional piece to carry in your handbag. There actually are sleeves with the back, and they're made in my Model fabrication. And then I make a little bag that you put it in, and you keep it in your handbag, and you're good to go. So like if you go into a restaurant, you're wearing sleeveless and it's freezing, for me, it's always freezing. I got what I need. So sleeves in a bag.
This is brilliant. Okay. Definitely need that. Everyone needs that because I find scarves too.
It was always so cold. And I kept losing my sweaters that I would leave in the restaurant.
Okay, this adorable. Absolutely. We have more comments coming in. We're gonna have to come back. Dory's asking about summer tops with lace. Stay tuned for the after party and we'll try on some more things, everybody. Thank you so much, Joanne. Okay, cool. So much fun new stuff. Thank you. And we're gonna go on to our next artist. We're gonna hear from Diane Hardy. Diane, welcome. Make sure you're on mute, sweetie.
Yeah, there we go. Hello, everybody. It's nice to see people after all these months of not much of that. I am sitting in my studio. I have the front part of my studio is just a little bit of a display area of people who do end up coming up because I'm in a tourist area. I'm up in Frisco, Colorado, up by Breckenridge and about 25 miles from Vail. And it's a beautiful sunny day out. And I have been making hats for 25 years now. And I started out with cloth, but for the last 20 plus years, I've been using braids. So I just thought I'd show you some, this is my starting materials. There's all different kinds of braids. And then I'm sewing the hats. And I had to figure out how to sew the braid because I didn't know. And I got the machine in New York and it's an old antique chain stitch machine. So this is the machine and it's mounted on a table. So this is a sample of a hat that's halfway done. And this is what's feeding into the machine. And I go around and around and around, and then I'm pulling and pushing to get the shapes. So each of my hats are one of a kind. I do duplicate things and I do orders for special sizes, but I always have to warn people, they're not quite the same, exactly the same. And I love all the colors, and Joanne's work is amazing colors. I don't do any dyeing, but I'm able to get quite a few colors. I get the braids from Taiwan and Switzerland are the 2 places that are still making the braids just for hats. It's kind of like throwing a pot a little bit. And like what I'm wearing here, I do like to do a lot with this upper part because I think it's really flattering. A lot of my hats, you can really move them around and do different things with them. So I'll just show you some samples of some closer up. This is a cap that I do, and I tend to wear these all the time because they're pretty casual and easy to wear. And then I have, you know, my fancier things like these. They're a little more dressy. But a lot of my work is got something unusual going that makes them kind of off center because, let me see. Find something that shows that. I guess I don't have a piece right in front of me, but here's one that's finished. Whoops. That you can see. And this is, as I'm sewing the brim around, I'm making it's a big loop. And then afterwards, when I'm doing the finishing touches, I'm stitching this down in different ways. So they all vary a little bit. I do that a lot with my sun hats in the summer. And then like, this is a unfinished 2 parts hat. Like here's a hat. And then, well, here's a hat. This is 3 parts that I've made and put together. So I pinned this together. It needs to be sewn down. And then this is another part that needs to be put together. And these are my Molly Bloom hats, and they're kind of shaped similar with this upper piece. I've been making those for forever, it seems like. And this is some of my newer combinations. I put together a natural braid that's a solid natural fiber, and then a tweed. I did some striping. And, this one is also striped, but it's the same thing, but I just started from the different end of this double strand to get a different kind of striping, so it's solid on one side and the tweed on the other side. So that's my newest combination I've been playing with. And I have some of these on the website. And then I also do cocktail hats too. Some little simple ones. This one I just love because it's silver pheasant feathers. We have an elastic that goes in the back. Something like this is just fun for, it doesn't have to be super dressy because it's a small cocktail hat. And my little teacup kind of reminded me of Sue's pottery because I do this little handle on a lot of my teacups, and it's the same as her kind of handle on her pottery, which I thought was pretty cool. And this sits on your head like this. And I think I only have my red one listed right now. I have a bunch of them that are halfway finished that I need to still work on. I've been making these just for fun over the years, off and on. And this year I did do something different. I did my social distancer hat for COVID. So it's not quite 6 feet, but it's pretty big. People are going to stay a little further away. And again, a lot of these can be, malleable in the brim. And I have to ship off a black one of these. I had a special order for one in black. So I have them in a dark purple and the turquoise and the black. It uses a lot of braid. It uses a whole hank of the braid.
We have great questions coming in, and so much love for that Mad Hatter hat. One of the questions that came in is about care, and do you have specific UV protection on any of the hats?
I don't have UV protection. There's certain braids that are a little better, like the one the social distancer, you can see that it's a little bit translucent. It's a tubular horsehair braid. And it's going to give you sunshade, but it's not going to be like 100% SPF. But a lot of my other braids are going to be fine for sunshade. Even this, which is a horsehair braid also, it's pretty solid through. You're going to see tiny specks maybe come through. And then
someone's asking about the Rosalie hat too. Do you have that hat?
Yeah. I just finished one of those and it turned out really small. I can grab it.
Okay. I have people have a lot of questions this month. Ooh.
Rosalind, which is kind of a cloche, but a little bit more of and I can't even get it on my head. It's small, but it's got that nice side accent. But it's not too narrow. It still give you a good eye shade and probably your nose too.
Oh, that's so cute though. So you sculpt all those little parts. So every time you do it, it is really unique.
It is. Each one is finished differently.
And when you sit down, do you have like an intention of what you're gonna? Because they are so unique as you're like
I try
sculpting.
to have an idea of what I'm gonna do, and then sometimes it turns out not quite what I had in mind, or a little bit different size. If I'm doing an order, a lot of times I'll do like 2 or 3 attempts at it, and then I can sell the other ones, but I'll get the size dialed in and the shape that I'm trying to create for this specific customer.
So sometimes it takes, that's why when you do something special, it's fit really to you.
Yeah, it can be. I mean, I have at least like 200 or 300 hats on my website right now because I've been pretty busy, and I made a new website last year, and I didn't think hats could sell on the website because you need to really try them on, but it's been working.
And do you have a tip for that, for someone to size their hat, or do you do consultations with people?
Yeah, I can even text or email back and forth, or I haven't done too many FaceTimes yet, but I could do that too. You just measure around right where the hat sits on your head, which is kind of the bigger part in the back. And you measure to the 1/4 inch, and that's going to give you an idea. And there's a chart on my website too, under facts, that you can find. And then I tried to arrange them by style too. I've named them after characters in books. And there's a filter for style, and there's a filter for size, and there's a filter for like sun brims versus caps and that kind of stuff to help people really navigate. That makes like shopping, that online shopping experience, more fun. Yeah.
Well, thank you so much. We definitely have more questions in the chat, so stay tuned for the after party, everybody. We'll try on some more hats. Thank you, Diane.
Thank you.
Yay. We're going to hear from our next artist. Welcome Wendy Jo New from Wendy Jo New Metal Designs. Her first time at art party. Yay.
Yeah, thank you. It's great to be here, and I've already gone through my kitchen and see what pottery I need, what clothing I'm going to buy. I'm already shopping in my head. Thank you. This is great to be here. So I design and fabricate fine contemporary jewelry in precious metals, silver, golds, palladiums, platinum, mostly silver and gold. The palladium, platinum are for high-end commission work. And I use gemstones and unique lapidary. And then I also add color by adding pigmented resin inlay. So what I thought I'd do today, I'll show you the resin inlay portion of work, and then the gemstone and lapidary and where they meet. My work is on a smaller scale. It's very understated, elegance, geometric. And I tried, it just happens, it wasn't planned, but it comes out of my head this way. Complementary shapes. So when I fabricate one of a kind necklaces, for example, I do all the links, they complement the stone shape. I even make the clasp where you can't even tell it's a clasp. So I'll show a necklace like that. So what I thought I'd do, I'll start with the resin inlay thing. So when we toasted at the beginning, I did a toast with these martini picks. This is not jewelry, I know, but it made sense for a toast. And they're sterling silver. Let me pick up one. And resin inlay, they're just olives. You can use them for an olive server. I don't even drink martinis, but they're good for any drink. So these have been, I did these at the very start of making things, and I've done them for years now because they're just a fun thing. But in terms of resin, some of it I'll fabricate certain pieces one of a kind, and others I'll do a particular component and then make multiples of those, but use them in all different ways, adding different findings, connecting them differently, because they're very labor intensive, not only to build the receptacle so they're perfect, but adding the resin, that's the fun part. It's sort of like adult coloring, but the sanding down, I don't keep them shiny. So for example, I brought up 2 earrings. They're flat though, and they're almost a matte finish. So you see the color, but it's not like a blingy shine. So that takes a lot of steps. So I'll use any kind of pigment from eyeshadow, chalk pastel, sand, coffee grounds, anything dry that doesn't interact. So it's like a chemical reaction. I have to test out each pigment to see what will take. This one is, can you see? It looks speckled like granite. I'll hold it up on white. This is black pepper, like McCormick brand. So even when doing this, I have to write the different brands because they settle out differently. But it looks like rock. So it's a really neat way to incorporate color. And then what I do, I'm pretty much of an analytical thinker, more on the engineering end. So some of my components I'll design. So this is an open squares series where I'll have, for example, earrings, and I do the findings to match the squares with gemstone, or I'll add the resin. But I also design them so that these pieces, they interlock. So I can make doubles and then keep doing squares. So a doubles, it's a longer piece. It allows for more color to be added because there are more squares if you want color. And then I could even, depending on how they're attached together, do bigger things. This is about as big as I go. I'm not a big worker, so to me, this is giant. To others, it's probably normal. With squares, and this is 4 of them, quad put together. And then my necklace, you could see, is a different organic geometrics. I like a little kinetic work, but not too much. So it's comfortable. You see a little shimmer, but it's not distracting to the wearer. And these too can be oriented in all different ways. I made them so they could contain resin, any color. The colors are infinite because I could add, just test out things. But I also designed them so I could add prong settings. That's a Mexican fire opal on that one. Others, the little tiny dots, I made just perfect. I could flush set diamonds or add little settings. So that's it. I do fun double open top. Rings are dangerous with me. I love rings. And I stopped making in my size because they all ended up in my jewelry box and I have really tiny fingers. No one else can wear them. So I started making them bigger and I have rings. They're all on my website. These I'll do a few on the website and then people custom because of sizing. So I could do whatever colors. And then what I thought I would do is I'm going to zoom in to pan. I'm not going to show you all, and then I'll move on to the gemstones. So let me switch this over. So I'm just going to zoom. And you could see the color palette. It looks really neat when they're all together, just so you could see there's so many possibilities with it. And then I do some, they're like a flora collection, and they're pretty chunky and geometric. So you could add one color, multiple colors, and again, they're flat. So they're more of a modern take as opposed to a really delicate kind of flower. So I'll do that. And then I'm going to switch on over to the gem end and bring up some cool lapidary.
Awesome. We have like really good comments in the chat too. So people are loving it. And especially the rings. If you want to show us more rings too, that'd be great.
Sure, I definitely will. I have some. In fact, I love gemstones. When I started doing this, I thought I would do gemstones. I loved it my whole life. I did all my graduate work. I did educational policy for most of my life on a national level. And this took over. And it was, but I always loved gems and wanted to work with them. And I did. So I have tons more gems that aren't even in things yet. So I'm going to zoom in and then I'll bring stuff up to the camera. So you could see there's all different lapidary work here. And what I'm going to do, I'll switch this back and I'm going to bring up certain ones to show how I incorporate them into things. So, and I'm going to bring these stones are cut, and so they're one of a kind. The type of stone isn't one of a kind, but the cuts are, because I get them from lapidary dealers where they're just really very specific for what I want. Some they have and some I'll have cut. So these, again, I like the geometric. And it's a very high domed faceted. So I did a bottom drop of 18 karat gold and silver drops to mimic the shape of the stone, and then the components go with it. And I don't know if you could see on here, there's gold that I did on the top parts of the prongs.
Prongs,
So they're all handmade prongs.
And they're linear too, which matches the linear shape on the bottom and the dome shape. That's gorgeous.
The complementary shape I fit in, and then the facets on the stones, I did the faceting of the actual dome thing. And they're really light because even though it's a drop that has some substance, it's mostly air on those. And then these are Russian blue diopside with gold prongs, sort of like those teeth on those airplanes. You know, remember those airplanes like in the World War II? It reminds me of that, although these are fancy. And then the back,
Those
I
are
did,
amazing.
thank you. The back I did a silver back. You could see the stone. So when you're wearing it and the silver, it's really flat. So it doesn't detract from the stone part. So when you're walking, because these are dangly, you could see the stone through the back.
That's so great. We actually are running out of time.
Okay.
We definitely have more questions and people want to see some more things at the end. So stay
All
tuned
right.
for the after party.
Sounds
Thank
great.
you, Wendy. Yeah,
Thank
you're
you.
fantastic. Also, so high tech. I mean, A+ for the high tech camera. Good job. We're gonna hear from Barbara. Hi. Hi, Barbara.
Hello,
Welcome.
everybody. Welcome. It's so wonderful to be here to see everybody. I can't get over the techniques that you're using, Wendy, and those last earrings you showed. Oh my God.
Thank you.
Gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. As is everybody's work. It's amazing. So I'm Barbara Poole. I'm the bee of bee felt. I make handmade felted garments and accessories. Everything is made at one at a time. Even if I'm doing like production, like making more than one scarf, say, they're never exactly the same, never exactly the same, because I do all hand dyeing. So the greens will slightly vary from batch to batch, as will the turquoise. I like to say I'm a painter by training. I am a painter by training. And when I was a painter, I wasn't one of those painters that like wrote down every color to make sure I could get the exact color again. It was always by instinct and by feel. And that's how I carried it over into my work. I would like to show you my newest work today. What I've been falling in love with is what I'm wearing right now, and I call it a shacket. Okay, a shacket. What is a shacket? It's a shirt or a jacket. It does both. And I didn't invent the word. It was actually invented. I don't think they invented it either, but I happened to see it in Elle magazine. And what they were referring to is the urban trend of people wearing flannels or men's shirts as jackets. So hence the word shacket. And I thought, well, I think I can make something a little more elegant than a men's flannel shirt and serve the purpose. So I have this pretty girl right here was in, it's in pink and orange. And on the mannequin right over here, this is in teal and olive. I'm in love with the pattern on the bottom of this. It came out so, it's very optical, like an optical illusion. So you can't tell which is the fabric and which is the background, which I just love doing that kind of optic tricks with colors. Everything that I make begins with wool, the wool. So I'm going to bring it up. You can see it's very fuzzy. I pull little tiny bits get placed on the garment, like say right here. And then it gets felted and with water and agitation and lubrication. That's how you create these. I've got my shacket. So I have the one here in the blue and the green, the pink, and then this is another new girl. I mean, like, I'm showing all. I'm just having so much fun with the patterns. This one is in blue and black. Don't want to say black and blue because that sounds kind of bad. But it's a really fun way. You got a simple black dress, got a pair of jeans and a t-shirt. Perfect. And they're very, very lightweight. They're 100% merino wool, but it's tropical weight. It's very, very sheer, very, very light. This one is the black and white one. And these are all on my website. I just put them up today. So everything is on my website, ready to go. Right at the moment, though, they're not exactly 100% finished. You'll have to wait like a few days if you order one, because I haven't put the snaps on. I've just ordered, I got some snaps, some really cool snaps to use to close it up, because I didn't want to disturb the line with buttonholes. Oops. Oh, well. Now I want to talk to you about my scarves. I make a lot of scarves. I consider my scarves my gateway drug. Like somebody might fall in love with a jacket, but it is a significant purchase. So they always think, I don't know, it's so vibrant, so different. I'm not used to that. So I always try to encourage, well, start with a scarf. work your way up to color. But this year, we've been such a gray year. So I really, really, really encourage people, get into color. We've been so gray for so long. My newest illusion scarf is this little girl right here called Tulip. And I'll bring her in so you can see her. And my scarves are like, you can wear it just open. They drape beautifully, but they're also wide enough that you can tie it and just wear it around your shoulders. They're wide enough to, so it becomes I like to think of it as like a shawlette, it's a smallish shawl. So if you were, just wearing it out to show with the scarf or hanging out, but you got someplace you needed to cover your shoulders because you were cool, this would just cover your shoulders, very nice. And I called illusions because, as you can see, when I turn it around, the fabric of the scarf just disappears, and all you do is pretty much see the flowers floating on your body. And I also do those, not just flowers. I have a lot of different flowers. You can see on my back wall back here, I've got one I call hibiscus and tropical leaves. And the most popular one I do is poppies. And I also do some that are, I think, graphic. This is a graphic one. I call this one Swirls. As you can see, as I hold it up, the fabric disappears. And I do this in white on black and black on white. And it just absolutely disappears, these swirls. And they're light as air. And once again, you can wrap it around your shoulders also. Another popular scarf, a scarf or shawl, I like to think of it as, and it's made from is this girl here. I call them my holies. And everything here is hand dyed by me. And this one is some of my newest colors. I really love this gorgeous intense green. That's kind of like this olivey golden green with this really deep teal. And the turquoise.
These are great.
And as you can see, are functional. You use the holes to hold the garment on.
I love it has its own closure built in. There's many questions coming in, and much love for you, Barbara. Someone's asking about, someone had asked about your scarves. I think we got to the floral scarves, but this teal top, and it might be too far away for you to grab. I believe that's the one they're talking about.
That's not a top.
Oh, I love that.
A dress.
Ooh.
And it's similar to the one I'm wearing. Hello, honey.
So cute on you.
Orange, this is orange. I'm gonna knock this down a little bit so you can see the hem on my legs. That's my legs actually on my feet. So you can see it comes to about just a little bit above my ankles. I'm 5'5", or at least I used to be. I'm probably a little shorter now, but I was 5'5". And so it comes up just above your ankles. And these dresses I do custom. Well, and I work with you. We do a Zoom call. I get you to measure yourself. It's kind of fun. And then I make you a dress in your size and in your colors. And the bottom, so the top part of the dress is pretty not transparent, obviously, but the bottom part of the dress is sheer chiffon. So you can show off a little bit of a leg, but not a lot. It's not too immodest. But it gives just a little bit of a hint that you got legs.
It is adorable. People are loving it.
Comfortable. I mean, it's extremely comfortable. When you first put it on, it feels slightly warm, but as wool and silk are both temperature regulators.
Mm-hmm.
Like you wear silk underwear in the winter to keep you warm, and then you wear silk in the summer to keep you cool. You wear wool the same way. And a lot of the athletic companies now are moving towards using wool. Wool is so sustainable and so practical. And the dresses are easy to care for, or actually all my work is easy to care for. You just hand wash it and no special washing. Just I hand wash it in my little sink. I actually use my own shampoo to wash it with because wool and silk are both protein and your hair's protein. So if it's good for my hair, it'll work on my clothes too. If it won't hurt my hair, it won't hurt my clothes. That's how I do it.
Well, these are some great tips, everybody. And we'll definitely come back and try on some more things. I always want to know, you have the shackets done half and half. Like, what made you decide to do the shackets seem to be like this yin yang thing, opposite designs.
What made me decide? I think
Right?
a lot of it has to do with the fact that I love color so much that I always like to balance it. I always like to see it bounce. Like red is lovely, but it's much better if I put another color against it to make it look more red. I mean, it's like this green is lovely, but it looks more green on this blue. So I work at trying to make the colors talk to each other. I mean, my background is a painter.
It shows through in your like. It really shows through in your palette, which is so gorgeous. So we are now done with all the presentations. So thank you, Barbara. We're gonna have to come back and definitely try on more things because everybody has so much love happening in the chat. Thanks everybody for participating in that chat and being so so lovely and cheerleading everybody on. So I want to say thank you again. Thank you so much for being here. We're going into our fun raffle portion. So you know, thank you. Thanks for being here. And thanks for sharing a Thursday with us. You're the reason we make our work in the first place, and getting feedback from you and hearing your lovely comments and talking about work and custom design really lights our fire. We also love your likes and shares on social media. We're all active on social media as well as Art Party Central. So sharing there is wonderful. So we are going to choose for the $50 gift certificates. As we go, I'm going to probably shout out your name. Oh no, Nora's going to be shouting out your name. Apologies. Nora does this part now because it's a lot easier. So Nora's going to be shouting out your name for those 6 gift certificates for those lucky winners. As we do shout out your name, we ask that you put your email in the chat or DM Nora, the admin, directly from Swan and Stone. So Nora.
Hello, everyone.
Hi.
All right. So the first winner of the afternoon is for Sue Shannon Pottery, and it is Marcella Cohen.
Woo, Marcella. Woo. And feel free to unmute yourself at this time. We're going into the after party. We're having a good time. We can cheers together.
Yeah, I should have said that. Sorry. I'm new to this part.
You're doing great.
So, and the second one is for Amy Kanarek, and it's Marcia Asor.
Martha.
Yay! And number 3, the third one is for our third artist. It's Steel Pony, and it is Karen Panago.
She's already a good customer, so that'll be
good. Lucky her. And the fourth winner for Diane Hardy, the wonderful milliner, is Terry Dupree.
Oh, wow.
And number 5, fifth winner for, hold on one sec. Let's see. Where's the, oh yes, okay. So for Wendy Jo New is Tara Santoro. And number 6, last chance to win, is Pam McCormick.
Woo, Pam!
Yay, Pam!
Yay. You guys, congratulations to all the winners.
What's that?
Congratulations to all the winners, everybody.
Yes, congratulations to all of you. I hope you enjoy your goodies.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Nora, for shouting out all those wonderful winners. And we have a shout out to all of you and a huge thank you gift. Thanks for being here. We have a 10% discount code for all the 6 artists' websites, as well as my website as your host, and Nora from Swan and Stone. That discount code is, let's see here, I lost it. The discount code for today is MAYARTPARTY6. You do not have to take notes. Everybody's website and discount code will be sent to you immediately after this party. So this is not a test. We'll make sure you get the thing. But in case you want to get going right now, and we did pop all those websites in the chat, it's May Art Party 6. Awesome. We also have one more day of parties this Saturday. We are going to be hearing from Ellen Cohen design, Shayna Croy's design, It's by Jan, Crystal Kodada, Danielle Merzada, and Jennifer Littman Bruno design. Thank you again to Nora from Swan and Stone. We are going into our after party. So if you would love to stay, please feel free to unmute yourself. Also feel free to go. We know your time is valuable. And we thank you again for sharing a Thursday of art with us. Nora, did we miss a bunch of questions in the chat?
Oh, we probably did miss a bunch of them. The one I'm remembering, of course, because there's another milliner in the show today, so I was paying a special attention, is that somebody asked for a hat called Rosalie. Did you try a Rosalie hat on and I missed it? Or
Yeah, I think the Rosalind, maybe.
Or Rosalind, maybe.
Rosalind, yeah.
Oh, is that one? I see.
Yeah, and I might have one posted in gray on my website, but it did sell. So
that's the one that was too small.
Yeah, this one. Was
yeah.
But I'm going to be doing some more of these. I just ordered some more braid too, so I need.
I have a question actually for you as a fellow milliner. When you're making your designs, do you have blocks that you're comparing them to, or is this something that you're completely doing with your hands and your head?
Kind of like Sue said about her pictures, just I'm eyeing the and I'm pretty good, and then
hand skill, yeah,
and then it's a chain stitch machine too, so if I really need to undo something, I can undo the stitching and go back and do it again. But a lot of it is just eyeing it. And then I'll have maybe a finished crown by me and try to compare it and see how it is.
Yeah, that's right. Because I remember seeing other people, and when I've tried to do it myself, I often will have a block there just to keep myself.
Yeah.
Correct.
Well, that would be a little too cumbersome, but another crown. Yeah. But I have a few blocks, but I don't really use them to shape the hats at all. So.
Yeah. Interesting. Each person is so different.
Self-taught.
Yeah. It's wonderful work. I really enjoyed watching you.
Thanks. I wish I could show more of my studio, but it's hard to do that here.
We know.
Long and skinny, yeah.
Anybody else?
I have this. We send a piece of this with every hat because it just helps in size adjustment too. Like just adding the little bit inside the ribbon.
Oh, so you can kind of adjust to someone after they've maybe given you measurements.
Yeah, or they can send it back and it can stretch it too. So it can be stretched, or if there's a hat shop near them, they can take it in and get it stretched too.
Cool. Some good care tips. Yeah. The UV question sounds like people are asking about functional things, about being good for the sun, UV, taking care of them.
Yeah.
Feel free to shout out anybody, or if you pop your questions in the chat, I will ask for you. I still have questions though. Nor did anybody else, or should I keep going?
Somebody was asking about felted pins.
Oh, yes, from Barbara.
Yeah, do you have scarf pins that are felted by any chance? You're muted.
Okay. Felted pins. No, I don't. I'm still muted. Am I unmuted? Okay. There we go. No, I don't make pins for my scarves. That's why I made the holy scarf, so you didn't have to have a pin. You just use the holes to hold it on.
Oh, so cute.
So all the holes are functional.
Love it.
It's great.
Just like us. Great.
You put it around your neck. Anyway, and I was gonna say you can use any hole you want. I often joke that what I ought to write is a Kama Sutra of felting, because there's a lot of, my work often has a lot of sexual innuendo in it. It's hysterical.
Barbara, do you make the shibori towel in other than black and red?
I'm sorry? Can you repeat that, please?
The shibori towel, other than, black, but other than red, because I'm not a red person.
Black and red. I make it in black and red. I make it in black and white. I have, if you go on my site, I think I have like 30 colors on there. And if there's a color on there you don't see, I'm dyeing them myself. I can put them together myself.
Okay.
So absolutely.
That's beautiful.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you.
That's really helpful.
Women feel pretty. That's my goal.
So people can just schedule something, and when they do a custom with you, they're not only doing sizing, they're also choosing colors as well.
Yes.
Cool. That's
Yeah,
that's
absolutely.
really, you get a really special, unique piece.
Yes. Yes. Thank you. Thank you.
Nora, anything else? I know we, I think we missed something with Steel Pony. We were someone had asked about some of the clothing items. Let's highlight.
Yep, it's coming.
Okay.
Here she is.
Hi.
Do you know what items you're asking?
Well, we're at, can we see on the little extra sleeve those?
Oh.
those
Okay, but I got to get a little undressed to do that. So wait a second.
This is such a smart
So
design.
I do these Friday I do something called Friday faves, and I'm famous for undressing right on Facebook. So this is what I do.
Our party has a theme apparently today.
What's the material for your sleeves?
What are they made of?
It's made of modal and lycra, and modal is it's a form of it's made from trees. Wait, hold on. No, like usually I can put this on like in like 2 seconds, but of course, because you're asking me to. This one is also an extra small, which I don't think I am anymore. It comes in 3 different sizes. So this is the extra small. And it's just great when you're sleeveless. So,
oh, that looked really nice.
You can turn it in the back, and it makes another, little
Oh,
thing.
like make a little like turn. Okay, like a Mobius.
Yeah,
strip.
so like I'll just like take it and because half the time I'm not putting it on right. I'm just really cold and I want to put something on. So I can't do it. I have too many sleeves on.
Like a scarf for your arms.
Yes.
Yeah, it is. The perfect
Slash
accessory,
shrug.
in my opinion, right, guys? Like, I think I don't understand why doesn't everybody have one.
I don't either, but I'm going to call you because they would be great at shows, outdoors, indoors, and oh my goodness.
I know. And actually can wear it like under a sleeveless piece. Yeah. So it looks like you got long sleeves on.
You think like a woman. I love that. So practical and so multi-purpose and comfortable.
Yeah, it really does do a lot. And actually one of my customers, she did a thing where she showed me all the different ways she could wear it. And she also had it as a scarf, and there's all different ways you can wear it.
Cool.
Right. I just can't take it off right now.
No, it's great to see how you put it on, because it's nice to see it on and that it comes in all the many sizes.
Oh, look, and it's a scarf.
It comes in 3 sizes, right? Extra small, medium, and large, extra large. So it's also a scarf. If you can't find the bag to put it in, or if you just want to have it, it's a scarf.
Love it.
It's also a belt. Can be a belt. So it's multi-purpose. Everyone should have one in their closet.
It's a need.
And it comes with like many. Does it come in other color? Like lots of colors?
Well, right now I'm just doing it in black and white.
Okay.
Because if I start to hand dye it, I have to raise the price.
Got you. Okay.
So right now, to keep the price down, I'm just
asking, what is the name of that when she searches for it on the website?
Sleeves in a bag deal.
Sleeves in a bag. Okay.
Sleeves in a bag deal. Yeah, I think you can find it under accessories, and you can also find it under modal.
Cool. Awesome. Thank you so much. And
thank you.
For Wendy Jo we like cut you off and we didn't get to see everything, and I know people had questions. We didn't get to see all the gems.
No. So want to see some gems? So
yes.
There's some cool, so I'm wearing a pair of earrings, but I have another one to show. They're teeny weeny. It's a tiny little geo. This has 18 karat gold evaporation gilded on the crystals inside. So if you look, it's like a teeny little geode, but then I fabricate gold setting. They're all, depending on the geode I'll do. And then I have, so this is platinum on the inner crystals. And so I did sterling. So you could see the rocks from the side because they're so dimensional.
Oh, wow. Those are cool.
But the sparkle is not too blingy sparkle. It's like way in there. So those are really fun. And I think someone asked about, I'll show some others.
Also the ring you're wearing with the arrows.
So this is resin. It's like an up and down arrow. And I'll show you. It's an open top ring. So it's resin in there. And these open tops are nice because you can adjust them up a half size down or up. So if you want to wear it on a middle finger or tighten it up for your next finger. And these two, these are a similar, these I generally do all one of a kind. So they're all a little different. Same idea.
That up and down one though, I like the symbolism behind it as well.
It was just sort of a fun one. I don't usually do, you know, symbols, but this one was just so on point, I guess. And then I'll bring some over, and then I have a few rings just to show. So these are, I love rose, you know, rose cut got really popular lately, rose cut gems where the faceting is up as opposed to your typical, like what you think of as a diamond. But what I did with these, garnets are my very favorite stone. So I had to move away. I had a lot of maroon jewelry. I designed a stud. I don't know if you could see it. So it mimics the shape of the rose cut on the back. It's pieces, and you see that, but what I did, so that could be just a fun stud, but then I have beautiful pearls, and I made a drop where it's a jacket, so you could wear it as a fancy thing, but the drop goes behind your ear and the stud in the front. So you have a for a fancier thing.
Wow.
Or if you're used to wearing long, I get self-conscious wearing long, but some people are used to it. So you could wear it. So they're two-way things, but with really unusual, really lustrous gray pearls and rose cut garnets. And then I didn't get to etching, and then I'll give others, obviously. Etching is another thing I love to do in either organic or text etch, but I'll do rings and then add gold in the recesses.
Oh, wow.
So they're truly one of a kind because I'll hand draw that pattern. Here's another one that's just the black and white, like black and silver. And then these are like a hammered, my hand in the way.
Hammered effect. So cool. So it sounds like you have so many collections. It's people could schedule a Zoom appointment with you.
They could, especially with, definitely Zoom for anything. Rings, of course, you have to do. Sizes are really hard. And then like these twinkle bands I'll do with any kind of gems. It's a single band, but looks like stacking. And those I have on the website, certain size. And then if people want a lot of those, I'll do custom because rings are hard.
Yeah, rings you need special, especially if you're going to do something like high carat.
Or someone has a big knuckle and you need different way to fit it over. Yep.
Totally. Oh, Wendy, Joe, so thank you so much. And thanks for welcome to your first art party.
Thank you. This is fun. Yeah. Can't wait to party again later.
Yes, we'll be back at 7:30 p.m. Eastern. Before we go, just one question for Sue.
Yeah.
Miss Sue, hi.
Hi.
How are you?
Oh, I'm good. I hope you can't hear my husband's lawnmower, but
no, mine's planes overhead. But you were showing us some smaller vases before we left, and I wanted to make sure we saw those a little closer.
Thank you. I just made some bud vases, and I went out and picked dandelions, and they're closing up. So sweet. Now my husband's mowing them, but anyway, I love to make one simple little bud vase because it's just so easy to just put on your table, and it adds a little bit of that serenity in your space. So I put the one dot, one spiral, and I have all the 10 different colors of these bud vases. So
oh, so cute. And they're like that perfect little size.
Yeah. They're fun.
I see some other ones poking out, but the creamers could also be used this way, right?
Yes.
They could be used real. They're like mini. I just see them like a smaller version of the larger ones. Oh.
Yeah, and you know the size bundle that you can just quickly grab at the grocery store are perfect for these pictures. I mean, half the time, I think even more of the time, they're used as flower vases than they are used as pictures. And that's totally okay. They both hold water. So
awesome. Yeah. Thank you so much, Sue.
Yeah.
And we have a question.
Time, I have a question.
Sure. Yes, we do. And then we have one more question for Amy before we go.
Oh, good. Yep. Okay, good. Well, I had a question for Amy too. I just wanted to hear about her beading process.
Yeah. Okay, Amy, let's highlight you. And people had more questions about your bracelets, and then maybe tell us a little bit more about the stones.
Sure, thank you. Yeah, so for the beading process, I'm going to demonstrate with this grouping of bracelets. Let me see if I can see myself. There we go. So you can see that I'm using essentially the same materials for most of these, but there's so many different, there are different stitches. So this is one of my favorite stacks, and they can be put together sort of in groupings by color. This one obviously has a lot of different textures and in the same color world. And so I do these as a stack, but a customized stack. So this one is a very common beading stitch called Peyote. Each one of those is a tiny glass bead, and it's stitched across. This one is stitched in rounds. So these are all singular beads stitched together. And this one is more kind of a figure 8, but most of them are just kind of one bead at a time. And by varying the size of the beads, you can vary the look of the bracelet. Size, color, and design all come into it.
Because you have different patterns for each one. That's so cool. Oh yeah.
So there are really a few basic stitches, but depending on what beads you choose and the size of the beads and the way you put them together, it can make something very, very different. So this cuff is basically the same stitch as this thin bracelet, but done with very different beads, and so it has a completely different look. But it's the same basic stitch, the peyote stitch.
So cool. So you can do so much with something so simple as you expand on it.
Yeah.
Awesome. Awesome. Okay. Well, I think we've maybe seen everybody. If anybody has any questions before we go, shout out. We are going to be back at 7:30 p.m. Eastern, so you can get more questions answered. Every time we do this, we do see something different from each artist. So you're welcome to come again. Thank you guys. Thank you to the artists as well for showing us your beautiful work and sharing a little bit about your process, a little bit of you as well. We appreciate that. Until next time. Thanks, everybody.
Thanks,
Cheers.
everybody.
Thank you.
Bye.